Sitting at the intersection of time, space, reality, and fiction floats the yellow eye. Always watching, never blinking. His gaze has witnessed all that has happened before and knows what is yet to come. Countless stories of hope, hate, heroics, and heartbreak. It has no mouth by which to speak these lessons, so it calls upon its head clearer to tell these stories, by word and by deed. Heed the yellow eye's lessons as it gazes upon its servant, just as the eyeball gazes upon you. Our story has already begun.
Hello, my children, and welcome in. What's up, everybody? My name is Alan, and tonight I am dungeon mastering. It's Friday night, which means it's Dungeons & Dragons running amok. Alan's Misfits on keyboards. So, where we left off, we essentially had been on the road for 25 days. Halfway during this time frame, we picked up some beautiful young women who seemed to be very, very infatuated with Zazer. But then that last night turned out to be a couple of terrible changeling doppelgangers and totally nearly destroyed Zazer almost to death. Luckily, he was able to survive. So before we get too deep into all that, let's get the peoples. Let's get the peoples.
Sorry, Alan.
There's the peoples. Hi, peoples.
Whoa! Hi, other peoples.
Hola.
Hey, by the way, how do I sound right now?
Pretty good.
Yeah, fine.
All right, I'm good then.
Okay. So, like I said, where we basically left off with y'all, you've been on the road for 25 days since leaving Baldur's Gate. Over time, there was a couple of things that happened on the road. There was a rather abusive noble that you essentially nearly took out and then paid his bodyguard to keep him away from everybody, including the horse that he was beating. In addition to that, you have, gotten in good with a lot of the various people around. However, there have been some looks that Toe has been getting from some of the folks in the second, third, and fourth caravan wagon, whatever you want to call it. So things are getting a little bit I don't know, hairy. Yeah, things might be getting hairy. So, and then that last night, Zazer nearly died, but you're able to take a full long rest, and wait. There he is. Yes.
Wait, Bingus did what?
Uh-huh.
That don't seem safe.
It's not.
Like, not even a little.
At least my horns are in good shape.
Yeah, your horns are not broken. So you are currently right here, just outside of Dragonspear Castle, as the end of the 25th day kind of draws to the close, and you're able to get a full night's rest in. So everyone has taken a long rest. The next morning, the sun kind of it's dark. It stays a little darker than normal because of how overcast the sky is. Really dark gray clouds, and off on the horizon, like as the breeze kind of blows, you get the smell that rain might be coming. And as sure as as it can be said. As soon as everyone kind of gets packed up from the night and gets ready to start heading out, the first drops of water start to fall from the sky. Before you know it, essentially it goes from a slight misting to a drizzle to a rain to just an absolute downpour. And so water is just pouring out of the sky. Lightning, bad winds, just kind of driving the rain into you. Everybody is just hunkered down, and many of the travelers have found refuge inside of one cart covered wagon or another, except for the one down the second, third, and fourth one, which absolutely refuses to have any passengers whatsoever. The guards keep pushing people away, so they had to make do with what's left. Oddly enough, nobody tried to get into the wagon at the end that has the gargoyle sitting on top of it, tied to it by a silver string. Nobody seemed to want to go to that one. So, again, just a pouring deluge downpour. So all the talking, the joviality, just the random things that people would talk about or say, all that stopped. All you hear now is the turning of wagon wheels sloshing through some of the softer, muddy areas, and the turning of cartwheels, with the occasional, horse whinny or huff happen. Now, this goes on for 3 days.
Ooh.
Feel waterlogged.
So,
during that time, Alan, I'd like to have
Okay.
a conversation with Nutdrop.
okay.
Ooh, that's me.
Alright. I forgot my voice again. Twins, not people. Bug monkey. Here we go. Alright. Nutdrop,
Yeah.
why not you use your shield?
Well, because I like the extra reach that the halberd gives me. And
Which
I
halberd?
can't. This thing that I drag across the ground.
Big stick.
The big stick. Yep.
That sounds terrible.
Hold shield.
Sounds a little painful
What?
too, dragging across the ground.
Hold shield one hand. Big stick other hand.
I'm not strong enough to do that.
Want to use 6 big sticks, and he'll offer you his battle axe.
You want to switch weapons?
He's just offering you the battle axe.
I mean, I'll take the battle axe.
Okay.
Do you want my halberd?
Want Zig carry it?
That would be nice.
Okay. Yeah, so how do I pass it him?
So
Or can you just take one from
yeah,
the
I could
item
just
there?
I'll just do it that way. So essentially you guys are swapping out weapons. So Zig's battle axe.
Yeah, I've just changed it to not carried.
Okay. Cool.
And I
Yeah.
guess I'll put a halberd on my sheet so it gets the weight. Of
Yep.
it.
Yes. Yeah, just go ahead and do that. That'll be the easiest way to do it.
And what do I need to do?
Just add the battle axe and put your halberd to not carried.
All right. See, now last time we did this, things happened.
Yeah.
Right?
That's all right.
Is that in the party chat thing? Is that where we're putting this?
No, just on your character sheet. Just go to your items, grab the battle axe, and put it on your character sheet.
Items. Weapons.
Didn't you silver your halberd?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, keep it on your character sheet and just change it to not carried.
That'll work. I should be able to carry both of them, especially now that I don't have ghost armor on me.
And I'll carry it for you. I've got plenty of it.
Oh.
So just change it to not carried. I'll hold it.
That works.
And I just dropped the little ball over here, right? Yeah.
Yep. That's all you got to do. Okay, so after...
But that means you can put your shield bonus back on.
Good. I'll do that.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna find the halberd now.
So after this conversation happens, again, it's just been pouring rain for 3 days. It doesn't let up at all. All day, all night. Everybody is miserable, and after the first couple of days, people start to get a little short with each other. Because they haven't really been able to start any fires, so everyone's cold. Nobody's really had a hot meal in a couple of days, just hardtack and things like that. And you all kind of notice that not only are are the guards and whatnot, 2, 3 of carts 2, 3, and 4 have been kind of looking at Toe, but you kind of notice that they've been noticing some other ones as well, especially the half orc and the Goliath, considering that both of you are, literally stand out in a crowd because of how tall you are. But you also seem to notice that it's not just them. There seems to be a few in the group of travelers that also kind of seem to kind of look and seem to be paying extra attention to the group. Not only that, they have been seen on occasion going up and actually having conversations with the folks in carts 2, 3, and 4 and not being shooed away immediately like almost everybody else is. So everyone's really grumpy. Everyone's having a bad day. A bad past 3 days. And after this time, the end of the third day comes around, and everyone's just soaked to the bone. Everyone's cold. Everyone hates life. However, when you wake the next morning, it seems that the rain had finally stopped. When it first kind of died down and quit being terrible, you were woke up a little bit because suddenly the sound changed from the constantly pouring of rain to nothing. But now the rain is completely gone and just not there. Everything is still soaked. But as you start to wake up and everyone starts to get awake and moving about and starting to get into their breakfasts and things like that, they notice someone starts mentioning that this looks weird, and people start to point out that surrounding everything, going across not just across the grass, but kind of growing over the road, growing over just about everything, are these mushrooms. They are just covering everywhere. And yeah, it's crazy how many there are. It looks like maybe the past 3 days of rain just gave it exactly what it needed to like come to the surface, but they are everywhere.
I'm suddenly feeling very uncomfortable about this path, Zig. Got more mushrooms. Last one's had tentacles. Still unnerving.
Zig eat them?
Zig eat them.
Yeah.
Mushrooms are food.
Darn right, the mushrooms are food.
Okay. So are you just gonna pick one?
Or I want to take the opportunity to kind of kick over any mushrooms that I can. Kind of just bad mushroom, kick it over. Bad
Okay,
mushroom.
so as soon as when you kick one, it kind of pops, and these black spores come flying out, and along with that, it's accompanied with a
talking stones to screaming mushrooms. Son of
Fished him.
and it starts to just freak out. Like as soon as you do that, the horses start to kind of jolt, and if they weren't tied up, they probably would have taken off. It seems that completely just spooked the crap out of them.
What was the sound again?
You heard it the first time.
Zazer stumbles back a little bit and kind of a surprise as well, not expecting this one to screech at him. What in the world?
Zig will scream back at the mushrooms.
Right now, they're not that big. They're most of them are about the size of a wine cork, essentially.
Can I try like a nature check, see if I know what they are?
Yeah. Go right ahead. You've heard of shrieking mushrooms. However, these don't seem to match what you remember, because what you remember is shrieking mushrooms tend to be staying underground.
Trying to see if they look familiar to the ones that I'd seen in the cave.
No.
Darn.
Well, it was a lot of rain. Maybe they think they're underground. Maybe they're confused. That's why they're screaming.
Maybe.
I want to gather up a few of these mushrooms and put them in my coin bag. Dry them out for later, kind of thing.
Okay, so every time that you try to grab one, it essentially pops and gives out that same balloon screech each and every time, kind of just disintegrating into black puffs of spores. Give me a Constitution save.
I'm doomed. Con save.
You are completely overwhelmed right now with just thoughts of remorse. You just know deep in your heart that these are living creatures and you are killing them.
I kind of just walk away and just kind of grumpily, fine. Killing innocent mushrooms. They didn't even attack me.
Are they blocking our path, or can we just go straight through?
They are everywhere. Yeah, it's basically across the road everywhere. You're going to have to roll through them, and a lot of the common folk, everybody else, doesn't seem like this is something they really want to deal with right now. There actually starts a lot of debate about whether or not they should see if they go away, or just go ahead and get ready and see what happens once it starts to warm up a little bit. Maybe they'll go away. However, as they are arguing, about 30 minutes go by, and these things are steadily getting bigger. It might just be a trick of the imagination, but it's almost like you can see them growing right in front of your eyes. After the first hour, after everything starts to get completely packed up, with the occasional person stepping on a mushroom and that same noise going across and grating on everyone's nerves, it's like fingernails on a chalkboard, but 100 times worse, and high-pitched and just terrible. And by the time everything gets packed up, they've gone from being about cork size to being over 6 inches tall. And this is really starting to freak everybody out.
Oh yeah, no, I'm freaking out too. Does anybody have a fireball spell? Bueller? Dang it, I don't
I'm
think
gonna ask the moon elf lady that I'm with if she knows what they are and what she thinks.
She just kind of glances over you and says, "I know not. But I know the horses do not like them."
We should probably go then.
So there's a lot of arguments on moving or not moving right now. It seems the ones in 2, 3, and 4 are really kind of pushing to get the caravan moving. So is the one that you work for, Zazer and Zig. He wants just to get moving. It's like, whatever, they're just mushrooms, let's go. But some of the other ones are kind of real wary about rolling through these things.
Now, are these mushrooms just on the road, or can we like get off the path a little bit? It's just
They're
everywhere.
growing on the grass, the road, everywhere, as far as you
Okay.
can see in both directions.
Ooh. I actually kind of do like the idea of keep going.
I'd like to pose this question to the caravan.
Okay.
What if we start rolling through these guys and they just keep getting bigger and bigger, and because we don't know how far they are. I mean, if they're as far as the eye can see. What if we get stuck in the middle of it?
Or what if, as they get bigger, their spores do something more
Sinister.
devious?
Exactly.
Right.
I was already magically affected by poking at the little ones. Maybe we should stay in place for a day and dry out and warm up and take our rest day here. Not risk.
Or maybe they get bigger, grow tentacles, and we all just get eaten anyway.
Right.
Yeah, and the fact that you're kind of surrounded by them doesn't make it any better. So they're behind you. They're to the south and to the north of you.
Are they under the carts too, or?
Yeah, they're kind
Are
of
they
growing
under?
everywhere. They're less under the carts, but they're pretty much growing everywhere at this point.
I agree with the caravan, the cart that I'm with. We should get going so we don't get overtaken by mushrooms. I'll pitch the idea that I've seen aggressive mushrooms before that almost killed me, kind of showing the scars from where I've been lashed before.
All right, give me a persuasion check, please.
Legion.
Trap.
Ah, crap.
You are able to kind of turn the minds of a couple of people, but that's enough to get kind of a majority rule on pushing through. However, once you start going, Owen's cart, as soon as a horse steps on a mushroom and it lets out that terrible shriek, the horse rears back and refuses to go up any farther. It
What
looks
does
like
it taste like?
they kind of explode and disintegrate anytime that you grab one, touch one. They pop and they turn into black spores and float off on the wind.
Eat it like a cow.
What if Zig just puts one in his mouth while it's still screaming?
Just open your mouth right around it, then like chomp as the actions of.
So you feel like you're eating a live animal as you do this, and it screams. It explodes in your mouth.
Does it taste good?
Not really. Not really.
Does it taste bad?
It tastes like death. Or to Zig's mind, it tastes like long sleep. You are. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh.
Better roll high.
Oh.
Okay, yeah. So you again, you feel that same dread, that same feeling of there's just so many things just being killed right now, and it's starting to kind of bother you a little bit. And Owen, since he's the lead card, says like we have to clear them or else the horses aren't going to move.
Is Zig actually scared of these, or?
Well, again, you just have a feeling of dread. And you feel like that maybe you're actually killing these things a little bit. That's just what it feels like to you. So you're not afraid of them in any way, shape, or form. They're not necessarily scary, other than the fact that they're growing ridiculously fast. They've already been surpassed 6 inches, and they're starting to kind of move their way towards being a foot tall.
Caesar?
Take out that pole arm of yours and start clearing these out. I don't like the feeling of this dread that I'm getting from them. I pull out the cultist spear that I have and start just kind of broad swiping in front of me, just kind of clear out the view around me per se.
You're pulling the cultist spear out when we're around cultists.
Gotcha. So you're doing that. What's everybody else doing?
Zazer's in charge, so Zig will copy him.
Okay. So Zazer's helping. After you do that, actually, Al-Karini, the one that, since you two are already working, he sends the twins, Robert and Thomas, up
Zig
to...
will stop.
Do what? Sorry?
Zig will stop immediately if they're there. Yeah.
Okay. So they go up to start helping as well. And as you guys slowly go, you stay ahead of the convoy and essentially start clearing the road of these things. It's slow going, but with the three of you working, after about 30 minutes, after about 2 hours, eventually you get to the end of these mushrooms. I need both Zazer, Zig to roll Constitution saves for me. Okay. So other than your ears still ringing from the high-pitched squeal coming from these mushrooms as you hit every single one of them, and a slight headache, which, could be from the spores, could be from the just the noise that these things were making. You start to feel generally okay after about a half hour. Everything kind of seems to go back to normal. However, one of the twins starts to be really, really just agitated and on edge. You feel a little bit not at ease. He just seems outright disturbed about everything that's going on. Seems to be jumpy at the slightest noise. And yeah, he seems to be definitely messed up. So after you kind of clear everything out, other than everyone, for the first half of the day, everyone is really quiet because none of them have ever experienced anything like this before. But as lunch rolls around, most of the water, as the early summer sun comes out and dries up a lot of it, everything kind of starts to feel back to normal. For most everybody, except for Robert, who is the one that's still just kind of real jumpy about everything. But the rest of the day goes by with no issues whatsoever after that.
Is that the same twin that Zig tried pulling his face off?
Yeah, it is. He's had a bad trip.
Zaza,
Yes, Zig.
Thomas, not people.
I would have to agree with you based on the previous twins. But at least these twins ain't trying to flirt with nobody.
So, Zazer and Zig, you guys are woken up a couple of times when basically the one twin that seems to have been really shaken up just wakes up screaming at the top of his lungs and freaking out and flailing, kind of falling off of his cot as he flails, and he just breathing really, really hard. It's like the mushrooms are everywhere. The mushrooms. His brother finally getting him to go back to sleep and getting him to go back to bed and go to sleep. And then a few hours later, he's up again screaming about the mushrooms. It seems whatever is going on has definitely affected him for real. The next day also goes by without any kind of issues whatsoever, but again that night there is just a ridiculous nightmares over and over and over again from Thomas, and this dude is legitimately afraid, does not want to go to sleep at all, is really honestly freaked out about going back to bed, and he's doing everything he can to stay awake, sitting by the fire, and just looking. After 2 days of really not sleeping well, he's looking a little worse for wear. Eyes are kind of sunk in, and definitely does not look happy.
I want to approach him by the fire. Ask him, Robert, why aren't you sleeping? I heard you screaming in the middle of the night. Is everything okay with you, my man?
I just keep having these terrible dreams about these mushrooms, and they keep attacking.
That's Thomas.
Robert, Tom, my bad, Thomas. Sorry. Again, the idea that Zig is probably the smartest in the group is probably the best trope I've heard thus far. Anyway, I don't think
he's just being plagued by very bad dreams.
It's not people.
We don't want to tell him we know about that. I think just kind of shh. We know. Would you mind if I try to give you a little bit of a healing spell? See if I can't help clear some of those plague dreams of yours. Offering up a hand for a touch spell.
Which one are you doing? Sorry.
I'm offering oh god, what was it? Cure wounds. I'm honestly reaching and just trying to lessen any suffering he might have.
Okay. Yeah, so the healing magic goes through him. and he doesn't look any better necessarily. He still looks pretty exhausted. However, he at least kind of tries to get a smile to kind of come across his face as best he can, and thanks for at least trying. It's like, I think I'll try to go to sleep again, but well, here's hoping.
Good luck to you on that one. If you need me, well, scream. I'm close. And I get up and find my way back to my tent and cart and whatnot.
Okay.
It suggests that the spores leave his body.
I think that's a target humanoid only.
Zig won't sleep. He'll keep watch on him.
Okay. So
I
Sword
could
drawn.
always offer to like knock his ass out, and then he'll sleep.
So Zig, while you're watching him, he is tossing and turning, just constantly, just back and forth, murmuring. It's like no. And just back and forth, just a fitful, not really sleeping at all, not really getting any rest, just rolling around and then up and looking around. And when he kind of looks up and sees you staring at him in the fire, like, oh, Zig, you scared me, you big oaf.
Ah,
Yeah, Zig is big.
Yeah.
Go to sleep.
I'm trying. I'm trying so hard.
You can make him sleep, Zig.
Is he changing color at all? Or...
Nope. He is not.
Robert want Zig me to go sleep?
No, I've seen what you mean when you say that, so no. No, I don't. Thank you, but no. Please don't. Don't ever try to help me sleep, ever. Please.
Yeah, Zig will stay on guard. He'll
Okay.
sit and watch him.
Yeah, so it's a fitful sleep all night, with the occasional him waking up. And yeah, he's just having a terrible time of it.
What did that
okay.
Greek guy think we should do?
I mean, it's one of his laborers. He's not going to get rid of them. They're already on the trip, and hopefully, maybe this will get out of his system. Maybe the spores, affected him in some way, and he's having like some hallucinating problems or whatever. So maybe just give it some time. But honestly, as long as the kid can still lift something heavy, he doesn't care.
In the morning, I would like to approach the cart with the gargoyle on top.
Uh-huh. Towards the back?
Say what?
The guy in the back?
Yes. I want to inquire with him to see if he knows anything about the mushrooms that we had run across. Maybe he's knowledgeable with mushrooms and the like.
Okay.
Just
so
querying about it.
Yeah, as you approach the cart, the gargoyle that is tied to it takes notice of you first and kind of scrambles up to the front of the covered part of the cart and kind of peers over at you as you get closer. You can kind of see his claws flexing a little bit as you get close. As you ask the question to this bald-headed man, he just looks at you and then shakes his head.
Tragic. I give a bit of a snap of the fingers, bid him adieu, and look up at his gargoyle, and give him that slight wave with my fingers, just hi, and I turn and walk away. Just almost intimidated by this gargoyle,
Gotcha. You hear a a ting noise behind you, and you instinctively turn around, and it looks like the gargoyle lunged at you, but the silver tether that is tied to the cart seems to have made itself really short, and he was not able to actually get to you. And the noise you heard was essentially the tightness of this thing kind of sounding almost like a guitar string being plucked.
How close did he get? 10 feet?
Not close at all.
Okay. Kind of just shaking back and jumping a little bit. I put a little bit of extra pep in my step as I walk out. Just nope, not messing with that gargoyle. Sorry. Kind of power walking away. Not have nothing to do with that.
Yeah, and remember, this is the guy who never really talks at all, except for every once in a while he'll start singing randomly, or he'll tell like a bunch of random hilarious jokes. But after he does that for a little bit, maybe a song, maybe a joke or two, he's silent again. So everyone doesn't really pay him much mind. He keeps to himself.
Fellow.
What is the other twin doing?
I mean, his normal stuff. He's kind of trying to take care of his brother the best he can.
But can Zig tell them apart now?
No.
Okay.
Well, actually, you can, because one looks like they're sleeping. The other one looks like they haven't slept in days. Like dark bags under their eyes, and all that. 1,000-yard stare, just randomly will trail off like during the conversation and just stare off into space for a while. Just all those similar type of issues that comes with sleep deprivation.
Nut drug. Oh, nut drug not here.
Yeah, what's up?
Robert not sleeping. Maybe gods can help.
I mean, I can see what I can do. But I
Whoa.
don't think I'm going to be able to help him either.
That was my toddler. It could be a mushroom.
It's a
Thought it was
mushroom.
Robert.
All right, I'll go walk over to him and see if I can like pray with him or something. See if he can get healed by my God.
I got you. Okay. Yeah, he's willing to take whatever help he can get. But he is mentioning that they seem to not be as bad lately. So maybe he just breathed in far too much of that black stuff from those mushrooms.
There you go. Don't breathe that stuff in. Problem solved.
Zig ate the mushrooms. Why they?
But you also made your saving throw, so...
Okay. Zig doesn't know that. Yeah.
So yeah, as the whole thing kind of continues on,
Post. Cooper misunderstood.
yeah, that's that full day. That is that day. Okay. The next day, for the most part, nothing really happens. Then, just after lunch, there is a couple of large birds that are kind of circling ahead. And it's kind of hard to tell exactly what they are from this distance, but they definitely look They don't look like normal birds, but they might be. It's hard to tell.
I'll ask the guy that I'm riding with if he knows what kind of birds those are. Isn't he like an exotic birds dealer or something like that?
He kind of looks up and kind of is like, I don't think they are birds. And they kind of keep circling and circling, but you notice even as the carts keep kind of moving forward a little bit that they seem to, in their circling pattern, they seem to be moving towards you each time they circle around.
Wait a minute. Do they happen to look at all like those flying kobold dragon lizard things? Oh god, I can't remember the name of them. We've seen them
The
before.
flying kobolds?
Yeah, the flying kobolds.
Yeah. No, they do not. As you're getting closer, you can start to make out a little more of what they look like. If you want, you can give me a nature check.
All of us, or just
Whoever wants to try to figure out what these things are.
all right? Here we go. Hi-ya.
Okay. Got it. So, Nutdrak, you recognize what they are. They are these creatures that are called peritons. They are... Hold on. I should have... Where did that go? And they essentially have antlers and big old claws and a pretty big wingspan. And they are known to essentially dive bomb their prey.
Oh, look how cute they are with their big old horns. Aww.
They have reindeer horns.
I'm gonna look over to the guy, Owen, and I'll be like, I believe those are peritons. What do you want to do?
Well, he kind of looks at you and says, what else can we do? Just watch for their dive. They'll likely go after one of the horses. And almost as if on cue, these things come dropping out of the sky and dive bombing in. Need everybody to go ahead and roll initiative for me.
No!
I want to pet the pretty bird. Come get your scritches, pretty periton.
All right. So let's put everybody. Nutdrak is on first. Who's on second? Nutdrak's on first. And
Second, what's on third? I don't know.
yeah,
Somebody...
Zazer is in. I should have set you guys up before I told you to roll initiative. Zazer and Zig are on cart 5, right? Yeah.
6 and 7.
No, 6 and 7. That's right. 5 is Toe. 5 is Toe.
It's 5.
Yeah. That's Tack. Where's Tick? There you are. So there's Tick and Tack. And Axia's off to the side here. And I think that's everybody, right? Do I have Zig in here? Yeah. Okay, cool. Here we go. And
from everybody else.
yeah, it's in rest stop, by the way. That's what map we're on.
I'm scared I'm all alone out here.
All by yourself. That's fine though. You'll be fine.
Okay.
How big are these critters?
So them themselves, it's essentially about 8 feet wide wingspan total.
That's a pretty good wingspan.
Yeah. So they're medium creatures for like in game terms. But excuse me, Axia, you are first.
Okay, so where are these birds in relation to where I'm at?
So they are super far away from you. They are about 60 feet in the air as we speak, and yeah, so you're a pretty good distance away here.
Okay. I'm gonna move. Oops. Why is there a yellow line on me now?
That's me measuring.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you're talking right there is like 300 feet, and that's not even accounting for their height.
Okay, I'm just gonna like start moving up a little bit.
Okay.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 20. It's 30, right?
Yeah.
So I'll move up to about right there. And I'll ready my weapon just in case something like comes close to me.
Okay. Cool. No problem. And Tick, you're next. Oh, sorry.
Maybe I'll go see if they'll let me get on cart number 4.
Gotcha.
I know you said they would not.
Yeah.
Is it daylight?
Yes, it's the middle of the afternoon.
Son of a...
Need to borrow my sunglasses?
That doesn't... you need to put the sunglasses on them.
Oh, okay.
They have to be in the shade.
I could just go tower over them and they'll be in the shade.
I'll move there, and they're 60 feet in the air, right?
Yeah, presently.
So that would mean they're like 340 feet away from me, actually.
Give or take, yeah.
345.
Yeah.
2. Well then, I guess I just won't do anything.
Gotcha. Right. Cool. So next is the first one, which will 15, 15. Flies up here and then starts to descend a little bit. To right this way. And looks like it's getting ready to essentially do a full dive here shortly. He's about 30 feet up right now. Actually, is there a way for me to... Not really. There. 30. It's a cheap way to do it, but it works. And then the second one. 34. 1, 2, 34. And then 1, 2, 3. Flies all the way up there as well. Owen sees these things coming and he stops the horses and then quickly kind of just dives into the back of his cart, leaving you there all alone. Zig.
All by myself.
I'm assuming Zig doesn't have a clue what's going on. He's probably still in the wagon.
Well, you can hear the screams of some of the people in the front as they start to scatter as these things make their approach. A lot of folks are running from the front towards the back.
Is Robert still having nightmares? Is he still...
They seem to be less frequent. They seem to be having less and less.
I think Zig's just eating apples and watching Robert.
Okay. Perfect.
But bonus action, pet cat.
Pet cat. As one does. Zazer.
Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'll go right there.
Okay.
I was unsure where to start from, but
Where's Zazer going?
Oh, just in the front of the horses, my man. I'm wondering why. What's up with all this screaming? And I start doing that rubbernecking look and peer, kind of just what in the world?
Yeah, you can see these big birds.
Ah, shit. As I ready in action to swipe at anything that makes hostile anything towards me or the horses I'm standing next to, I'm already an Eldritch Blast for that one. Hey Zig, there seems to be some flying bitey creatures up here. You might want to at least get up, my friend. And I turn
Food. It's food.
I've got apples.
I've got apples.
I mean, we're running out of apples, my friend. We're gonna need something more than them for later. And these are.
You need protein, mister.
We can make hot wings. Yeah. And that's all I'm gonna do.
Okay. All right, Nutrock.
Where's the other dwarf chick at? That dwarf.
I can put her on the board. She's basically right up there with you. She was off to the side. She's beside the side of the cart.
Okay.
I was just trying to keep putting 20 guards on the board.
That works. I'm gonna hop off, and I'm sure I can reach here, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull out a. Wait, so they're about 30 feet above me?
Yes, they are.
Both of them?
Yes. So the
Maybe
one's probably 35 feet because of the angle, and the other one's probably about 40 feet.
What's the range of my bell? 60 feet.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I'll ring the bell on this one.
Okay.
And see if that'll just, scare him off or
Gotcha.
something. Almost clicked the wrong spell.
Oh no. It succeeds on its saving throw.
Look, we gotta talk about this. Constantly missing this spell.
It's not my fault.
All right, I'm gonna end my turn.
Okay. No worries. Next is Tack.
I don't know if this will work, but it sounds fun.
Okay.
I don't know what the biggest flyy creature I can think of as an illusion to create that might be intimidating against these guys.
What spell are you casting?
Silent image.
Not sure if there's a size limitation on that one. I don't think there is.
It's a 15-foot cube.
Okay.
So that's why I got the 15-foot box in there, 60 feet away from me.
Gotcha. So something that's huge in size.
Large, mean, and looks like it wants to eat those guys.
I mean, dragons.
I don't know if I want to cast a dragon right here with cultists and getting all excited about shit.
I'm just, it's a possibility. Let's see, how big is a rock?
Quetzalcoatl.
A Quetzalcoatl. A rock is, he's gargantuan. Rock's too big.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Like a big bird or something that. I was trying to think dragon was the only thing that I could think of that was intimidating enough.
Yeah, possible.
What about like a condor? Is there a giant condor that's like 15 foot?
Let's see.
Oh hell, let's just make it a dragon. Screw it. It's something I know.
Okay. All right. So, what kind of dragon?
One that's
Let's go with blue.
Okay. For no reason.
Abu Dib, Abu Die.
Yeah.
God dog it. All right.
Because it's Xavier's favorite color.
And that's where it is, where you got that cube right now?
Correct.
And is it on the ground, or is it in the sky? Where is it?
I would make it the equal height to where they are, so
about 30 feet up.
It appears. Yeah.
I gotcha. All right, cool.
And can we do it when my legs move? It will move forward with, because it can be moved.
Yeah.
But I can only pass it 60 feet out.
I gotcha.
Since my legs move independently of me, I would like to move it that direction.
I got you. I got you. What you're saying? Yeah, sure. Why not? That sounds fun.
Yeah. Blue dragon in the sky.
Gotcha. He can go twice as high. Axia's up.
All right, I'll just keep moving up some more. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'll move to right there.
All right, and just
It's
ready
just
to
still
attack?
ready to attack anything that comes close.
Okay. Got it.
I'm guessing I'm heading towards where... Are they at the head of...
Yes.
Yep, there they are.
Yep.
I see them.
Yep, they're all the way up there.
Battle may be over by the time I get there.
Yeah.
Welcome to my world.
I had to put dwarf legs at the back.
I'm a Goliath. You would think I would have extra movement.
How far up
Can
did
I
you move? 30?
30.
Yep.
I thought that was my max.
That's your
Unless you
movement, so
sprint.
if you want to, you can
sprint.
instead of getting ready in action, you can move again.
I'll just do that next time.
Okay. There you go.
And that's all I can do, so.
All right. And then Tick, you moved up. Yes.
And I'm gonna shoot him.
Okay. From your crotch shot.
Yep. Because I doubt anybody's paying attention to us. So.
No, everybody's kind of panicking and running right now. That's an 8. That's going to be a miss.
It dropped it. That's twice it's done that to you. It dropped a 20.
Because he's got a disadvantage. So frustrations. All right, that your turn, yeah?
Yep.
All right. So number 1 just straight up drops 30 feet, just takes and puts its wings right next to the side of its body and just straight up dives on top of you, and tries to attack you with its horns, essentially just trying to drive its horns right into you, Nutrock. and will attempt to attack you. And you definitely dodge out of the way because it rolled extremely low. And then it immediately turns around and then flies 30 feet back up in the air again. And this thing is so quick that you don't even get a chance to try to get an opportunity attack on it.
Oh,
It's not very nice.
right.
Mm-hmm. Then the second one kind of does the same and dives in on you. And will attempt. The first attack misses. And then it tries to swing around with its talons for a second attack, which also misses. And again, quickly turns tail and flies back up in the sky.
Good. Be gone. Get out of here.
Zig, you're up.
I should have been underneath the wagon.
Zig now sees a blue dragon in the sky.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's got a thing for blue dragons. All right, he's just going to sprint.
He's going to chase the dragon?
Yep.
Chasing the dragon. Isn't that a drug reference? I don't know.
At very least, this will get Zig in the fight.
Yeah,
Doesn't do
that's
anything
the
else.
new thing. Just make everything look like a blue dragon. He'll just chase it.
He's actually going to action surge to move again. Did I get another double movement from action surge?
It gives you another action. So,
is it 30 feet I can move or 60?
It'll be a grand total of 90. So 30 feet for your movement, then you're using your action to move another 30, and then action surging to get another action to move another 30.
All right. How far away? How do I draw a pointer? Okay, I got it.
I'm just going to say right-click and go to pointers in the radial menu.
Oh, perfect. Zig is going to cast Magic Missile on the blue dragon. So he gets out his stick and 3 darts of blue energy fly towards the blue dragon.
Yes. Does that say one creature?
For me?
A creature of your choice that you can see within range.
Okay, yeah, just curious. So yeah, for whatever reason, which it really just astounds you, Zig, these missiles unerringly go right to their target and pass right through.
He's probably satisfied with that.
Okay. Right. Cool.
It just stays there.
It just stays there.
It's
flapping its wings, and there's no noise from his leathery wings flapping or anything. It's just silently there.
Zig's very confused. Okay.
It makes no noise.
I come running up behind Zig, and after seeing what had happened, I lean in. That's a spell. Don't shoot that again.
It's a dragon.
And I kind of lean over and point to the kobolds up there. Well, so are they. Kind of giving the brothers kobold a thing.
What have you done?
Oh,
people
I
dragon.
made mistakes as usual, but I mean, do we expect anything else from me? That's all I'm going to do at this point.
Me and my butt gonna have to get out of here soon.
Yeah.
Hey,
All right.
I'm not the one casting dragons around, let alone blue ones. Okay.
So Zazer, you're up.
I did run scoffed at Zig a little bit, and I'm calling that my turn.
Okay. All right. Now truck.
I'm going to step over here, away from the horses. That way, if anyone gets picked, maybe it'll be me. I'm the smallest thing around at this point.
Gotcha.
And I'm going to try and ring my bell again.
Okay. Succeeds on its saving throw with a 20.
This bell is obviously broken.
I want a new bell.
Turn. I want a new bell.
Your ding-a-ling doesn't work as well as it used to. Tack, you're up.
I'm standing here wondering my legs aren't moving. And that's it.
Okay.
Gonna eyeball the
Will you go?
dumb orc behind me about casting magic missiles at an illusion.
At an illusion. I mean, it worked, I guess. It worked really well on him. All right. That is back up to the top of the order with Axia.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. How much for a sprint? 50?
60.
60.
Double your movement, yeah.
Okay, I moved it there.
All right, running upwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people are hiding. Even some of the other guards and whatnot are hiding. The one that's up there kind of has stuck her head out every once in a while and taken a quick arrow pot shot at one of these things, but she's not really doing a good job aiming at all. Some of the other guards are also trying to take some shots, but they're not trying to get too close either. Tick, you're up.
So hard to get good help.
Mm-hmm.
After my brother tries to giddy up on me a couple of times, I just sprint forward.
Kicking you on the side of the head. Move!
Giddy up.
Yeah, so what does this move? 60 feet to 15, 20, 25, 55, and 60. Yeah, so the dragon is flapping and moving forward with great haste. Wait. Yep. That's that. Okay. Sweet. So the other Terion, Periton. I don't know. It's a goddamn flying jackalope. That's what it is. Number one, again, just straight up dives right on down on you. Again, head first, trying to get something, and will miss. And then flip around with its talons and miss again. And then quickly avoiding any kind of counter, flies off. The second one will drop down and do the same. It seems that you've got their attention. Yes. So the gore misses, and then flipping around with his talons, misses again and flies back up. One of these times, these things are going to get lucky and actually hit you.
You sure he doesn't have 22 AC again?
Let me check, just to make sure.
No, I haven't rolled anything over a 13, so...
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah, I have not rolled anything over a 13, so...
We're not complaining.
I'm literally doing my best, and the dice are like, no, you're just going to keep missing. Zig, you're up.
I can't hit them either. This fight could go on for ages.
Ziggy's chasing the dragon. I don't think it's in range anymore, though. No, it's not.
It's a fast dragon.
He's just going to point his stick at it. Yeah.
Okay.
Get back here.
Get back here. The very quiet dragon just floats silently in the sky. Zazer.
Actually, I might as well double move because
Okay.
I didn't take an action. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, no, it does not. Running straight up. Got it.
Yep.
All right, slowly making your way up to the front. Nutdrock, you're up again.
Oh wow. Oh, I have a question.
Okay.
I'm tired of my bell missing.
Okay.
Can I summon my spiritual weapons up in the sky?
Anywhere it says within 60 feet, right?
It says there, yeah, and it says they float. So would that? So I could, and they're not like gonna just fall. They'll actually be able to just float up there with the birds.
Yeah, it's a magic floating weapon made of spirit energy. Hence, spirit weapon.
I'm going to cast my spirit weapons.
All right.
My spiritual weapons. So.
Yeah, and you have that counter now, so you can put that on the map.
So for this, I'm just gonna hit cast, right, and then I don't know.
So you just drag the icon and put it on the map wherever you want. Yeah. And that just lets you have your own icon for that spell that you can just keep track of where you have it. So right. I don't have to put it there for you, essentially. But yeah, sitting right next to it, now you can go ahead and attack with it.
And that's just so.
Yep, you just use the spell attack against it.
And drop it on the Periton.
Yep, that'll critically hit it.
Hey!
For 9 points of damage. It squawks with pain as your spirit weapon slices through it.
And then I'm just going to I'm going to 1, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm going to move over here, further away.
Okay.
On my own, just kind of chilling. The spiritual weapon.
Gotcha.
All right.
All right, Tack.
Just gonna try to spur my horsey.
Move, man, move. I can't do anything. Got it. Okay. Next up is Cat. Okay, that means we go back to the beginning, huh?
Actually, wait. I can do something from here.
Okay.
Never mind.
Got it. Yeah,
I tried to do.
You tried to do something, but the firebolt definitely missed. Unfortunately, yes. So we're back up to the top of the order, Axia.
Sun was in my eyes.
It's always in your eyes.
I moved to there. I'm getting closer.
Almost there.
Okay, that's all I can do.
That's all you can do. Tick.
Okay.
Oh, and a couple of arrows did actually hit one of the two Perions from some of the guards, so they've done a little bit of damage to them.
I will ready an action.
Okay.
When one of the, I guess the first one, because he's going to attack first, and I guess doesn't really matter ultimately.
Yeah.
When he swipes down and is 5 feet away from Nutrock, I want to shoot him with sharpshooter active.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. So when he attacks, you're ready to shoot. So it's whichever the first one is that gets close to him.
Yep.
Correct?
Gotta figure that pack tactics.
Yep. All right. Yeah. So go ahead and take your shot against him on Periton 1. Yep, that's gonna miss. And he immediately follows up with an attack against Nutdrock. The first attack is going to miss with his gore, and his second attack with his talons, god damn, will also miss.
Wow!
You are...
I'd be dead a dozen times by now.
Okay, yep. I'm just gonna roll, and if I actually hit you, I'm gonna be... Nope, alright, well, the second one misses too. Zig, you're up.
Doing great up there, buddy.
He's just tanking everything.
I'm a nimble little ball.
Yeah, you are.
Zig is running past these wagons shouting, dragon, dragon, dragon.
Okay.
4, 8.
People are kind of poking out and talking to it. Now there's a dragon?
Yeah, dragon. Blue one.
It's a blue one. All right.
Yeah, double moved. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Zazer.
That's all I can do.
Okay. I thought, doesn't your thing have like a ton of range?
Oh, it does, but I had to use a double action to get within range.
Oh,
given
gotcha.
the fact that they keep going up and down.
Gotcha. Okay.
There's an invocation that makes it go to like 300 though.
Yeah. Yes, there is. Yes, there
looking
is.
forward to that one.
Nutdrock.
So is my weapon still within 5 feet, or like he's not changing his height or anything like that?
No, they're
right?
going back up to 30 feet. They're essentially
All right.
diving and then flying back up to 30 feet.
So I'll attack him again with my weapon.
Okay.
And when
Do
I
it.
do this counts as
A bonus action.
like not my a bonus action, right?
Yep.
So I can actually ready an action for myself.
Yes, you can.
Okay. So next time he dives, I'm gonna ready an action for myself.
Uh-huh.
Next time he dives, I'm gonna swing with
Sweet.
my battle axe.
Gotcha. Yep.
Okay.
I'm really proud of you. I was wondering how long it was going to take you to do that. Yeah, that's going to hit with the 17. For another 7 points of damage. Looking pretty terrible. Looking pretty terrible. Attack.
Alright, clearly my dragon is up there. Probably not doing a damn bit of good.
They've noticed it as it started to come up, but they're kind of really focused on the dwarf right now.
What can I say? I look scrumptious.
Okay, then I'll follow suit with my brother. Once that first one dives down and gets in range, I'll firebolt.
Firebolt at it. Got it. All right. Axia.
$45, $50, $55, $60.
Da-da-da. There you go. Awesome. Almost there, Tick.
And I patted the horses on my way by.
On the bite is like, good boy.
Good boy.
As one of the Emerald Enclave tends to do. That's right. All right,
I'll
ran
do
up,
the same thing as before.
prepped up, and ready to shoot. Got it. All right. Terry, Periton 1 drops down from the sky to attack you. Nutdrock.
All right.
Go ahead and...
I'll let them do their thing first.
Okay, yeah. Miss.
All right.
Twin 8s.
Yep, twin 8s. A 16 will hit.
Heck yeah.
So your battle axe... yeah. Hits them, but it seems to just kind of scratch him a little bit. He only seems to take only about half of what you from the force that you landed on him. He only seems to have barely gotten hurt, only taking 4 points of damage as he swings down. And then Gore misses. Yep, and so do the talons, and he flies back up in the sky, and then the second one is gonna do the same thing, and let me guess. There's a miss, and then the talons are... Holy crap, it's finally a crit. Okay. There we go.
Well, you could have just hit me. You didn't have to crit me.
He's making up for all the misses.
Yeah, so... With its momentum behind it as it comes around with his talons, he hits you for 27 points of damage.
Ouch.
Well,
and then turns around and flies back up into the sky.
That would have insta-down 2 of our team members.
Zig, you're up.
Dragon.
Or Zig, get the birds.
Yeah, dragon bird.
If Zig actually casts on it again, I want it to just dissipate now.
Okay. That's on your concentration anyway, so yeah.
It double moved, so.
Okay. Zazer, you're up.
Oh.
Are these cultists not reacting to me shouting dragon as I've run past their wagon?
I mean, they've already been kind of looking at you all weird anyway. But they, like many of the other ones, are kind of hiding from these things. The only ones that are pretty much out in the open right now are you all and a few of the guards that are hiding behind things and taking pot shots at them.
Yeah, we're doing our job. What we're paid to do.
That's gonna be, yep, that's a miss.
That's all I can do.
All right, Nutdruck.
Get closer, Nutdruck.
I am closer.
I'm the closest one to him.
All right.
Alrighty then.
All right. So I'm gonna use my bonus action not to swing with the sword this time. I'm gonna cast Healing Word.
Okay.
How do I do that? How do I cast it as a level 2 spell?
You just gotta do it
manually.
Manually, because essentially when you grab the dice off of it, what does it go up? Another 1d or 2d8 or something like that?
1d4.
1d4. Yeah.
So you can just do a right click on it when you have the die in your hand, and then it will add another dice.
Yep.
All right. So let's do Healing Word, and then click on the heal.
Yep. Pull the thing over. Click once to add another die. Drop it on yourself.
Okay. Oh, hold on. Let's get. All right. Let's try that. What's that? Click. All right.
There you go. 9 points of damage healed.
And then for my action, I will not bother with that. So I'll just go back to the. I think I fixed the bell. So.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and try and cast it on the bird again.
Okay. Fails its saving throw.
Ooh.
I guess you did fix it.
And that's a D12.
4 points of damage to it. It's definitely hurting. It's definitely hurting. Tack.
That's all I'm going to do.
All right. Tack.
Same as last time.
All right. Ready for him to come down? Got it.
Yep.
Axia.
So they're too high up in the air for me to attack them, right?
Yes, that is correct. They're 30 feet in the air. They basically are going from 30 feet, diving down, attacking, and then flying back up.
Well, that sucks ass. I'm going to move to right there.
Okay.
And I'm ready. I'm ready.
Ready to smack one if they come close? Gotcha.
Yes.
Got it. All right, Tick.
I think I'm fine standing right here.
Okay.
Because moving up and becoming a target seems like a bad idea when suddenly we get ripped in half. Someone picks us up or something.
Yeah, I mean, you've already seen what happens with those talons got a hold of the dwarf, so...
True.
Yeah.
Don't let them get you.
So I'll just do the same thing.
All right, prepped up to attack.
Yep.
Right. All right, so Paradin number 1 does dive bomb Nutdrock again, so everybody do your things. We got hits for both Tick and Tack. 5 points of damage, critically wounding it, and before you even get a chance to swing on it, Nutdrock, an arrow comes kind of out of nowhere and nails it right in the side. Basically, a small ball of fire hits it, and then an arrow immediately after it, and just kind of knocks it out of the way. Its momentum basically carrying it right into the dirt, where it kind of makes a real meaty thud, and some parts kind of split open and splatter everywhere.
Food.
Would a high five my crotch?
The second one screeches and flies down towards Axia. So go ahead and take your attack, Axia.
Okay.
Yeah, you hit it with a 20. So as it dives down, you swing at it and hit it for 7 points of damage. But again, it seems to be somewhat resistant to your weapon and doesn't seem to take as much damage from it. He then follows up with his horns as he dives into you and misses, and then his talons, which he rolls a 1 and absolutely misses. They don't hit often, but when they do, they hurt. Zig, you're up.
As Zig marches towards the dragon,
Okay.
just repeating under his breath, dragon, 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 dragon. And he's going to launch it and accept the dragon.
Okay.
I can't target it. But
Yeah, just go ahead and roll.
Yeah,
he's just gonna toss it. You throw your axe with all your might, and it flies right through the dragon, and it just poof disappears.
Yeah, dragon go.
Killed a dragon with a hand axe. You're never gonna.
The hand axe is when it hits the dragon.
It just goes. It keeps going.
And it's going to stop when the dragon disappears, and a flash of blue light, and it's going to appear back in Zig's hand.
Oh, that's neat.
His weapon bond is a bonus action.
Oh, I forgot about that. I forgot about the weapon bond. That was neat. You're magical. No, you're magical. Zazer, you're up.
Ooh.
Oh man. Saves that save. That's yep.
I don't know. I had a good one for that one too. I see how it is. Well, that's all I
So
can
you
do.
got to remember, big thing you got to remember on suggestion is that it needs to be able to understand you.
Oh.
You can't suggest something does something if it doesn't speak the language or any language. So FYI.
Noted.
You need to cast speak with animals first.
What if
All
they're
right,
animals?
Well, It made it save anyway, so
Yeah, no worries. Just for future reference. That's right.
appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, my sword will swing.
Oh,
All right.
that's a crit.
I should swing with this thing more often. It hits.
Yeah, I do. 11 points of damage, plus because it's magic damage, he takes all of it. So 11 points of damage, heavily wounding it. It's looking pretty worse for wear.
No, I'm ringing the bell.
Okay. It makes it save with a 21.
All right, I'm done.
All my high rolls are on saving throws and not on attack. You're up.
Same.
Probably good. I'd be dead by now.
If it dives on someone,
Gotcha.
I'm doing the
Doing the thing. Got it. Axia.
Back up in the air again, right?
Yes, he is.
Can I hit him with my javelin? What's my javelin?
Your javelin, I believe, should be able to.
Range is 30 to...
Yep. So you don't even get disadvantage because he's within your range.
Okay, then I will try throwing my javelin at him.
And you throw that javelin. Nothing like throwing a javelin straight up in the air, but it hits. Now you got to dodge out of the way of the javelin. He takes 3 points of damage from the javelin. Squawking, angry, and eyeballing you. Tick.
The usual.
Got it. All right, that would be number 2. Go ahead. And Tick hits. Tack does not.
Yes. He gone.
He takes
Or not.
7 points of damage. 15 points. Resisted down to 7. And then he will do his thing. I almost just decided to roll. Actually, Axia, did you roll?
Oh, no. Do I get an attack?
I thought, did you ready? Oh, no,
No,
never mind.
she-
You threw your thing. Never mind. Yeah,
Oh, no, I threw my javelin.
you
yeah.
did throw your javelin. That's right. All right, never mind. All right, so he dives on top of you and tries to gore you and misses, and then follows up with the talons and critically hits. And does 28 points of damage to you, Axia, with its talons, and flies back up in the air. The sheer force of this thing coming down just totally just nails you. Zig, Axia just got messed up by this big old bird
What, that thing?
that you just now noticed because there's no longer a dragon around.
Look like Caesar. Yeah, I'll throw an axe at it.
Okay.
Why not?
Yeah, that's an automatic miss.
Yeah, he doesn't want to hurt Caesar.
Got it.
Bonus action pet cat.
Pet cat. Always pet cat. Zazer. Uh, 14's gonna hit.
Ooh, fancy. Screw it.
Yeah, so your Eldritch Blast just snipes this thing right out of the sky, and it falls down to its death, slamming into the ground next to its mate, and just splattering everywhere.
I would like to try to remove one of its horns, take it as a trophy.
Okay.
I like these horns. Like, hey, Zig, can you strike this with your axe? And then I kind of like hold out the side of this animal's head a little bit, so he has a clean shot at cleaving one of the horns.
Or your arm. I mean, yeah.
Either way.
Yeah. Can I take both in one clean swipe?
Yeah. I mean,
Arm in the horn?
it's dead
Or-
and all that. So
Exactly.
I just scalp it and pass him the top of its head then.
okay. All right. Yeah.
Our tiefling's even more horny.
Yep. He's got more horns than he needs.
I clean off his skin and do what I can to clean up any mess or blood or refuse or whatever that's on him, and just kind of put him on the side of my pack. Just kind of proud that I have more horns.
Gotcha. All right. Yeah.
I'm gonna look
So
at Zig and say food.
Can Zig resist the urge to try a new food?
I mean, look at the legs on. You get a giant turkey leg off of one of these things,
Or a giant wing.
or just a yeah.
Or a
Those hot-
breast.
Those hot wings, though. Ooh.
But yeah, this thing has some just gnarly looking teeth. Matter of fact, now that the everything is kind of passed over, some of you kind of remember a little bit that these things essentially have to eat hearts of humanoids in order to reproduce. And we're likely, since there was a pair of them, we're working on trying to get some eggs to be laid.
Diabolic creatures in this world.
Zig,
we just ruined their
you have
foreplay.
zero idea about nothing, Zig.
Zig does not eat this thing.
Okay.
He's terrified of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, so unless there's anything else y'all want to do here, the rest of the day goes off without a hitch, and you're
I'll
able
take
to.
a couple of feathers.
Okay. Yeah, no worries. That's real easy to do. They come out real hard when these things aren't like alive anymore, so it's super easy. Well, that was enough of that. Welcome back, everybody. We're back. You're back. Is all the players back?
Raven and Willie out
Yep.
still by the look of it.
Oh,
Dragon.
I'm here.
alrighty. So as we said, the rest of the day went off without a hitch, and you find yourselves back in the daily grind of traveling northward up the tradeway. Things got a little bit easier since you hit the tradeway. The tradeway itself is a slightly... It's... No road is really taken care of 100%, but this one was made pretty solid. So, there's far less issues with breaking of wheels and things like that, especially now that the rain has dried up. That happened a few days before and everything like that.
How's Thomas doing?
Much better. Every night he seems to be sleeping fitful, but not. But he's no longer waking up screaming in the middle of the night. And he's slowly becoming himself more and more. Starting to crack jokes with his brother. Back to their shenanigans of trying to confuse people on which one of them is which.
Zig will wake him up in the middle of the night and scream at him.
What are you doing?
Ah!
What are you doing?
Go
Big
sleep.
bag monkey.
What is wrong with you?
You're not people.
What's wrong with you?
You, not people.
Whatever, just leave me alone. I'm going to sleep. He rolls over and kind of lays there, tries to settle in, and then you see one eye open and his head turned and kind of looks out of the corner of his eyes to see if you're still there. In which
still
case
there.
you're still there, and he quickly kind of turns his head real quick and closes his eyes. hoping that maybe you'll go away.
Poor guy.
Well, you woke me up the past 3-4 days. So the next couple of days go off without a hitch, which takes us to our rest day. So here, everyone kind of settles up and kind of gets settled in, and they rest the horses for a day with no issues whatsoever. After the 36th, the 39th day, people are starting to get excited because they know that they're coming up on the way in, which is a very large inn. That the nice thing about it is that if people choose to spend the money, this will be the first really nice place for people to stay in. The way-in itself is actually, it started out as nothing more than an inn, but has slowly expanded into an entire village, with the main feature being the way-in. Surrounded completely by walls, so it's a welcome stop for a lot of caravan travelers because you can park all of your carts plus your horses and everything inside. They have stablage and all that for various traders going up and down the tradeway. The entertainment is lively, and a good time is had by all. Anytime you go there. So that's day number 40, that you finally end up at the way-in. And if you guys choose to stay in the actual inn itself, it will be 1 gold a night per. And that's with food included.
And drink.
Threaten me with a bed and a bath at this point. Hey, Zig, you care to join me in the inn, or do you want to sleep with the caravan while we're here? Catch you a hot meal.
Come on, Thomas. So, yeah, Zig will follow Zazer, but he's bringing Thomas.
What do you do? I don't need a room.
You sleep inside.
I'll be fine. Please, can you please talk to him? He listens to you. He's pleading with you now, Zazer.
I turned to him and only kind of hear him. So I'll be paying for your room tonight, and
no, you don't understand. He keeps waking me up in the middle of the night. I'm finally starting to get good sleep, and he keeps waking me up and yelling at me.
I turned him in kind of a flat look. I hear his screaming. He wakes me up in the middle of the night too. I kind of lean in a little bit. If this makes him happy, great. Like, as long as he doesn't kill you, I'm happy about that. And I can't shoot.
There's a chance he's gonna kill me?
Well, there's a chance he's gonna kill everybody, but we're not gonna tell him that. I give him the shifty eyes and kind of go back to what I was doing, start looking really forward and nervous and shit.
Okay. It's a chance he'll kill everybody. You don't know what he's capable of. All right.
Well, are we trying to scare the guy? I mean, derp or not, I know, but still.
Oh, man.
Not intentionally.
Yeah, so he realizes that he just doesn't have the strength to really... I mean, he's a strong kid, but he's not nearly as strong as Zig, so he kind of resigns himself to being drug along.
Did I accidentally take Robert, is the question.
So, do me a favor, roll a D100.
Where is that? Do I just type roll?
You should.
Well, if you left click over the D10, there should be a percentage thing on the left side. Click that, and it'll roll it for you there. One of those is me, by the way.
Okay.
No, I've got 9. Oh, times 10. No, that's 10 rolls. I don't know what I'm doing.
If you just right click on the D10.
Yeah, it gives me like 2 times, 3 times, 4 times.
Yeah, there's a percent after 20.
Ah, okay.
If you're going around that circle. 74. So as far as you know, you brought the right twin.
Yeah, it's Thomas.
And he seems to not want to go with you regardless. So, all right.
And when we get to the end, I'm gonna be really insistent on getting Thomas's own sleeping quarters to try to separate Zig and him, kind of by way of apology for what's going on to him. Kind of just dragging him along and shit.
Gotcha. All right. Yeah, so it'll like I said, it's going to be a gold. So if you're paying for him, it'll be an extra gold for Thomas.
Yeah,
if you're giving him his own room, that'll be an extra 5 gold total.
Yeah, no, I'll get him his own room too.
Okay.
Ain't no sense on spooking him all night and having Zig wake him up and all that.
Does that give us a long rest too?
Yes, it will be. Yes.
So you said 1 gold for the night?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
What's Owen doing?
Owen wants to basically stay with his birds because he's got to feed them and take care of them, and since he can't really bring them inside the place, he's just going to, stay with his stuff.
All right, I'll stay with Owen.
Okay. Yeah, most of the nobles and things and folks like that actually stayed in the actual inn that night, and everyone else kind of, either slept in the stables or slaved with their carts, as everyone has been kind of doing this whole time.
Is this place nice enough to where that they have like a bath area?
So the single rooms, the room that you put Thomas or Robert into, but you're pretty sure it's Thomas, or maybe it's Robert. Whichever one it is, yeah, that room has its own bath.
Maybe I'll get a bath at the next town then, because I'm not trying to interrupt the dude. He
Okay.
seems stressed.
I mean, he's had a lot of things happen to him lately.
No, Zig will totally have a bath in his room.
Okay.
Just take off his armor and his underclothes.
Tia has an issue.
Hey, do you even know which room Robert's in? Because I was trying to keep you distracted as well as I was paying for the rooms and all that.
Zig has spent 40 days watching these two. I don't think he's going to take his eyes off them.
You have been paying attention to him for quite some time. Yes, that is correct.
Fair enough.
All right. So, other than a night of revelry where the next morning, you can tell that a lot of folks had probably drank a little too much that night. Lots of groggy-looking faces and heads, and little green around the gills and things like that. But you are able to head outside of the northern gates of Way In and to start heading north again. Over the next 2 days, it actually starts to the first couple of days of actually starting to get warm. You're actually on the first day of Kythorn. So you are slowly marching your way towards midsummer. You're about 2 months away from midsummer, and so the weather's really starting to kind of warm up at this point. And things are getting definitely warmer, especially compared to, about a 10-day ago when you were basically being drenched in water. This brings us to the 42nd day, which is a rest day. So again, another day of just hanging out and doing what you have to do. 3 more days go by when you finally roll in to Daggerford. Now, Daggerford is a pretty decent town. It's also a crossroads where the tradeway kind of turns into the high road, and there's actually another trail that goes from Daggerford towards Julkun, up the Delimber Road to Succumber, and up the Dale, and so on, up the Vale through the area up to the north. So there's a lot of crossroads here. Now at this point, everyone stops, and some of the individuals that are part of the convoy actually split off and are going a separate direction. But while you're here, a couple of new individuals join the convoy as you're continuing. No new carts. However, the very back cart does actually take off from here and go northward with a few people, taking his guards and things with him. So now the main convoy that you are all in is down to 7 carts. Now, which is actually, there seems to be a sigh of relief from a few people, because that silent man gave a lot of people the creeps. So as things are kind of switching out, an individual actually kind of joins into the group, and he is a little bit different looking from other folks that you've seen before. Kind of standoffish. He keeps his hood up even though it's starting to get really warm. He's still wearing a full-length robe covering his arms and his head, and he keeps his hood pulled tight over his head, and he seems to have been able to negotiate passage onto one of the carts, number 3 to be exact. He seems to be given passage on cart number 3.
Suspicious as all heck. That roll was to see if he seemed any. I'm just trying to use my proficiencies on cult behavior and cult look, but that 6 is not encouraging.
I gotcha. All right, yeah. So, as you just kind of move forward, doing all the things, this guy, again, there's 2 things that stand out. One, it's warm and he's still wearing his robe kind of pulled tight around him. 2, he is, he's the first person that you have seen this entire trip, which, by the way, it's been, you're looking at 47 days now that you've been on the road. And this is the first time that the carts 2, 3, and 4, which you guys are pretty much are suspecting it's the cultist carts, are let anybody ride with them. That's the first person.
Is there anything noticeable about this set of robes he's wearing, or
no? It's a pair of just standard kind of black dyed robes.
Yeah, I don't trust him. I lean into Zig. Now you see that robed one? He's not people. Even less of a person than Robert.
You think they didn't notice him at all until then? What does he look like?
Black cloak, friendly enough with a the cold cars that they let him in. Count me as suspicious.
What's cool?
It's what we are, Zig. It's what we are. Like, I just pat him on the back. Just don't worry about it, my friend. Just don't worry about it.
Gotta quit using those big one-syllable words with him.
I know. maybe I should just start grunting. Shit.
Just stick to 3 letters.
Say what?
Monkey. Is that what it is?
Bread bag monkey.
Oh, bread bag monkey. That was close.
So after, so now you're able to get another full day of rest in, getting repairs and things. A couple of people replace a few cartwheels and things that were broken along the way that they replenish those just in case for this last little stretch. Because essentially you are on the final stretch here, getting yourselves up there to Waterdeep, which is the primary location that the majority of folks in this convoy are going. A lot of the conversations that you've had, Owen is going to sell his birds there, and Eldhiri is trying to go to sell her woods to the master furniture makers there because, Choltwood, it doesn't get this far north normally, so she's going to make a mint off of selling this particular wood that, they normally can't get up here. So everybody's kind of, and of course, Arcane's like, it's cold. They need furs. I sell furs. That was his whole thing, so that's going to happen. And so a lot of folks are on this last little bit of the route, and they're really getting excited now. Because they're slowly going to start making their way up to the very end. The next day, actually, everybody, I need everybody to go ahead and give me a insight check or your deception. Your choice. Okay, so we have Nutrock, Zazer. Both of you notice that one of the new individuals that has joined on to this caravan is a female halfling, and you've been getting the impression that she has been showing a lot of attention towards you guys. Not just you individually, but like the entire group of your people. She's been paying a lot of attention. So Zig, Tack, Tick, you have all kind of noticed that she's been showing attention and has been kind of essentially been asking questions, doing small things like asking questions, where you from, where you going. You can see that she also seems to be paying attention a lot to the various carts and things like that, and has seemed to really start to focus a little bit of 2, 3, and 4. She's paying extra attention to them. So essentially, some of you are noticing that she's watching you, but you're also, again, you guys get the impression that she knows that you've noticed her as well. Basically doing all these things about, talking to people and things like that. There's something about her that makes you feel like she is gathering information or something of that nature.
Why you ask so many questions?
I just like to get to know people. Also, Tick and Tack, give me a perception or deception roll with advantage.
Is it sunny out?
Doesn't
What am I perceiving?
Doesn't matter. You're gonna get. I want you to have an advantage.
Okay.
Wow, you rolled an 8 on both of them. That's neat. Cool. Okay, so Tack. I wish it would. I hate that it makes you type out the whole thing, so I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do it the easy way. All right, so that whole day, other than the fact that you're kind of getting this impression of this female who's, again, very, very talkative, tries to talk to everybody, learning as much as she can about what people are selling and what they're doing. On the contrary, the other individual who is riding on cart 3, who joined at Daggerford, is definitely standoffish and does not talk to anybody at all. Kind of almost used to it at this point. So that's that day. That is day number 47. So over the next couple of days, one thing that you've noticed is that it really starts to seem like a few of the people who are guarding the carts 2, 3, and 4, and some of the folks that are essentially being part of the caravan and traveling seem to be spending a lot more. They're at the beginning, they didn't really interact with each other much, but you've been noticing you're noticing a lot of various extra rendezvous, extra times where they're talking to each other. And in doing so, they seem to be looking at you guys as a whole, particularly at Axia, at Zig, and at Toe.
Hey, Alan.
Yes.
Since we met the new talkative halfling, I want Murray to make his way in, out, and around these carts and see if he can't sneak his way onto maybe the robes of somebody, or maybe a bedroll, or wherever he feels comfortable and safe from being grabbed or snatched up. I want him to sneak around and, I just want to periodically peer through his eyes, kinds of things, see what he sees, hear what he hears, just sleuthing around.
Gotcha. All right. Yeah.
Who's eyeballing us?
The halfling. And so the halfling, you've already noticed that the halfling's been watching you,
right?
But you're starting to notice that some of the guards on carts 2, 3, and 4 have been spending time talking to some of the other travelers that have been traveling along with you, a lot more often and less conspicuously than what they were doing before. And they all seem to be kind of looking in your general direction. Specifically, they seem to be paying the most attention to Toe, Axia, and Zig.
Zig is very used to people staring at him.
Yes, sure, probably true. Yeah.
Just rubs his stick as they watch him.
I mean, you do what you got to do.
So where did the halfling lady land?
Where did she what?
End up?
She's a traveler, so she doesn't have a horse or anything like that. She's just walking along. And essentially, she's just really talkative and really friendly and speaking to everybody. And, you know, where you from? Where you going? What you got? What are you selling? You know, just seems very curious. So she's kind of all over the place.
Well, next time she's near, we have something to show her.
Okay. That sounds dirty, but yeah.
it will come out. It will come out of the crotch area.
So yeah,
the creator of the horned goods.
It's starting to look like that. Perhaps you have. You're starting to get noticed a little bit, or at least they're starting to realize that. They're starting to catch up on the small changes that you made to no longer look like what you looked like when you first encountered these folks. They're starting to see through that disguise a little bit. That's what it feels like. You're not entirely sure, but they do seem to be paying a whole lot of attention to you as time has gone on. All right, 1, 2, 3. So another 3 days go by with next to nothing happening. You passed a small town called Nightstone that you've never heard of before.
Not even once.
Uh-huh.
I think we should go and steal the Nightstone.
Right. There's actually...
We create the adventure for the future.
So what's up?
So, I want using invisibility for the next 3 nights. I want to cast invisibility on myself prior to going to bed. Just spending an hour and a half just skulking around their wagons. See if I can't hear anything, see anything suspicious, and see if I can't get like right up next to a conversation that would. Oh, I don't know, indict them on any number of things. Being generally aware and seeing how close I can get.
So most of the time, the conversations that you have been able to pick up, essentially, you're familiar not being invisible, obviously, not being able to get super close, right?
Right.
However, they seem to be kind of wondering if we weren't part of. Well, are they them? And well, it's like I remember the big guy trying to kill, try to kill the blue one, but this, I don't know. I mean, but you got to imagine, like, how many orcs that size do you normally see? Yeah, let alone a Goliath. That was one of the more interesting conversations you picked up between the two of them.
All right. On the third day, after hearing them carry on for those last few days, I want to approach the brothers Kobold privately if I can. Kind of pull them a little bit away.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of time. Like it's not like everyone's like right on top of each other, so there's plenty of times that you can have conversations without being overheard.
Brothers, I pull them in close, doing the best I can that only they hear me.
Mm-hmm.
Brothers.
What?
Oh God, are you gonna try to sleep with us?
No, I'm not gonna try and sleep with you.
He puts his hand down there. Bite it off.
I look Toad squarely in the eyes. Gentlemen, I know when I'm being stalked. I have a pretty good idea when I'm about to get attacked. So, I'm pretty sure that these cultists in these carts, they're cultists and they recognize us. Maybe we should do something about this prior to getting to Waters Deep. Or maybe you have a better idea that I haven't seen, but I'm growing increasingly more concerned about their brazen and lax attitude as of late. Maybe we should try to beat them to a punch.
So you propose we go punch them?
Maybe not necessarily us. Maybe our Goliath and Half-Orc might be doing more of the punching, but all I know is we've been recognized and spotted, and I feel like they're going to do something sooner rather than later. So, I don't know. I'm just worried and thought maybe you two would have an idea on what to do. Or what could be done, rather.
I mean, our job's to follow them and see where they're going. If we kill them now, we aren't probably going to learn much. We might get a lot of loot, but I mean, it probably won't say where they're going, so we, be out on that quest. But I guess I could have some loot.
Well, brother, if we turn one of these people in, maybe there's a reward.
The civilized world generally pays better than the loot-happy world.
Sounds like he agrees. We should turn Zazer in.
What? For what?
I don't know. You kind of smell bad.
I kind of look down, and you two know just as well as I do that we've both, or the three of us have been on this road for long enough or we all smell bad. Kind of plugging up my nose and curling back a little bit from the both of them.
We can show him that cultist spear you've still got.
Or
then you got it off some dead cultists.
Well, again, they'd be happy that I killed cultists.
They are cultists.
Well, either way.
Your purple robes of power that you have on you.
So what? You brothers Kobold turned me in? As far as they know, we're a traveling cult sect of our own, stalking the same two giants that they're stalking. They seem to recognize Axia and Zig more than they recognize you, even though you are a curiosity to them.
I figured they just thought we looked pretty.
Yeah, I mean, we're sexy enough that they can't keep their eyes off us. We're used to that kind of stuff.
Well, whilst you kobolds are not wrong, I don't think that's the point in this particular case. Well, either way, you guys do make the great point that we're waiting on them to get to where we're going, so we should probably wait on that.
Yeah, we can just wait until they attack us. I mean, they're unlikely to catch us by surprise. When we're sleeping, we're having like some sort of resting order type of thing, so we wouldn't probably all be asleep at the same time, and somebody would notice something's going on.
I'll make sure that Murray stays close and alerts me if something fishy seems to be happening. I'll keep you brothers in the loop if Murray hears or sees anything.
Sounds good.
And at that, I telepathically tell Murray to do his best to, instead of watch the brothers, watch the Cobalt, the other cult that's behind us in these other carts, which Murray just kind of pops out of the robes of the brothers Cobalt and scurries off. Oh, don't mind him, gentlemen. He likes keeping company with your rat and mouse. They seem to have a lot of fun together. There's nothing but great things to say. And I make my way back over to my cart to see if I can't catch some sleep.
I want us to go over to the halfling lady.
Okay.
And my butt wants to show her the badge he has.
Pop it out of the bottom of the cloak.
So yeah, it's right, because you're almost about the same height. She's a little bit taller than you, but this thing comes popping out, and she's like, "Will you put that away? We will talk later."
Sorry, I just was excited.
She and turns around and walks away, kind of in a huff. She looks upset.
We have that effect.
Yeah.
Well, now she knows.
Yeah.
I do want to make it clear that every night we've rested, Zig has woken up Thomas with a scream.
Okay. All right. Thomas has been trying to find new and interesting places to hide at night to keep you from doing that. And he has been somewhat successful. Some nights you find him, some nights you don't.
Well, I'll just find Robert.
But you find the other one. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So sometimes you wake up the one brother, sometimes you wake up the other. They both do not like you. However, your employer thinks it's hilarious, so he has not stopped any of it. Because he just thinks it's hilarious.
They're not people.
So the morning after kind of this whole thing happens, you're not too far away now from Waterdeep, and spirits are starting to lift. Things are getting better, and as you are sitting down with your provided meal for the morning, which has generally just been a bowl of gruel. It's the easiest thing to carry around. So just, water and oats and whatnot warmed up. As you're just getting kind of settled down to start eating, she kind of comes up to the group of you and kind of looks behind her to where carts 2, 3, and 4 have been kind of sitting and sitting down. And she reaches over to the nearest one of you and takes the bowl from her, takes her dagger, and puts it inside the bowl. And then pulls out what looks to be a small bead out of the bowl of oatmeal. And she kind of shows you, it's just like an oatmeal smeared object, like a small bead. And she's like, keeping her kind of voice loud enough where you can hear it, but low enough where it's not carrying in the morning air. It's like it's curled into a circle so you can swallow it and not realize it. But it's a bone spur. This will slowly unwrap while in your stomach and kill you over time. It's probably in all of your breakfasts. Let's talk tonight.
I'm gonna check mine.
Okay.
I'm going to pour mine out immediately with a quick tap on the ground. Just
okay.
All right.
So you just pour yours out, and she kind of she hands the bowl back and walks off while you're doing this. As you search through your bowl, you see some lumps, but that could be anything. Give me an investigation check. Okay, 6. So these things, there's a bunch of these small lumps that could be one of those bone slivers, but they could be anything else, honestly. But there are some things in there that somewhat resemble the thing that she pulled out of that other bowl.
Porridge.
Can I pick it out and keep it?
If you want.
That could be handy. I would pick all the lumps out and kind of brush them off. And I'm not eating whatever's in the bowl.
Gotcha.
I'll give it to Zig.
Zig only eats apples now.
Okay, Zig only eats apples because he's got like 40 left now, I think.
He's not the only one eating from that pile, and I have been periodically tossing them at them. I'm at about like 20 at this point.
I got you.
How did they stay preserved over the last couple months?
Magic.
They're magic apples.
I've been buying more as I go, just eating them and restocking, I figured we were close, so I wasn't buying nearly as many.
Yeah, so the next day goes by, and that evening, while you all are kind of chilling out, she finds a spot where that's a little away from everybody else where you guys are, and kind of makes her way up, and she looks around at the entire group slowly, but she locks eyes with you, Toe, for just a moment longer than everybody else. Almost imperceptibly, but she definitely looks at you for a little bit longer. She's like, look, we don't work for the same people, but we're all on the same side here. We sure believe that the Cult of the Dragon has to be stopped. I need to know what they're carrying in those wagons and where they're taking it. Can you tell me what it is?
So far, one wagon or crate cracked open, and there was a treasure in it. I believe we saw something else, something black. I remember that for some reason.
I see. And anything else?
And there was a new person that joined in the last town in Daggerford.
I think it was
a robed person.
I see.
Yeah, we saw something with black scales.
Oh yeah, that black scale in that cart. That's right.
So, that one that joined in Daggerford, did you all notice that he was a red wizard?
No, because he was wearing a robe.
I was wondering about him. He was giving me a cult vibe.
So why is a red wizard of Thay chumming it up with the Cult of the Dragon? And for a little background, what everybody kind of knows the basics of the area, the country of Thay. Essentially, it is.
Not everyone.
Well, many of you. You know a lot about it. The general rumor is that the Wizards of Thay kind of had their own magicocracy that was running there. But over time, a powerful lich, through various machinations, eventually became the leader of all of Thay. And many of the Red Wizards had been kind of pushed out because they did not agree with having an undead lich as the primary leader. That's the rumors. But it's rare to see a Red Wizard of Thay outside of Thay.
It would make sense why they were trying to get with the Cult of the Dragon. Them Dracos have liches as well. Maybe they're trying to make some liches out of dragons.
Possibly, I don't know. But okay.
And we're not sure where they're going yet. That's why we're still with them.
Okay. All right.
You're doing the hail team hot.
But seems like they might be getting suspicious of a couple of us. Especially the two big ugly ones.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Who would have thought
they
if
stick
they
out.
just tried to kill us with bones?
Yeah. And she kind of smiles, is like, it's a good thing I was here, huh? See, as you can tell, I'm an ally. We need to continue to work together.
And here I was all suspicious of you, madam. My apologies to you.
Oh, no worries, no worries.
So, if they're trying to kill us already...
I told you, brothers.
Well.
I told you they're already acting brothers. Maybe we should do something before we get to Water's Deep. I worry
Yes,
that they might.
but what? We can't take him out.
Well,
Now they got a wizard.
You're a wizard.
You got crushed by a girl the other night.
and I did I'll have you know, in the wrong conversation. You're not wrong. The fact that we have our Goliath and Zig and that dwarf who can't seem to not be hit by anything. As long as y'all are in front of me, I think I'll be all right.
What the fuck?
It's horrible, I know. Shit, sorry.
Alright, Zig might be stupid, but he doesn't trust this person's body language.
So, I was about to ask if you're trying to see if she is lying. You get the feeling she's not telling you everything, but you're not getting the feeling that she's lying either.
Zig will tell Cat to follow her.
Okay. Just keep an eye on her the whole time?
Yeah.
Alright.
And I still got Murray stalking around and skulking around with the cultist folks to see if, like, I want him to warn me if they decide that they're suddenly going to do something to us or something.
Okay.
That did a lot of good. They tried to put shit in our bowls.
I mean, how long are we going to last if we can't trust our meals? Frick.
I still have rations. My brother can produce dingleberries. I'm good.
That's true.
True.
That's true. So
Heck, you mind sharing with the rest of us so that we all don't have to worry about getting bones burned to death?
5 gold each.
So the next morning, you're served the same bout of gruel that everybody else is served up as well, and everyone else just eats it fine, no problem. Nobody seems to have an issue at all.
Who's making this stuff?
It kind of swaps around. It's essentially a big pot, and various people have had the duty to do the cooking.
For the next couple of mornings, I see about getting dingleberry meals from the Brothers
gross.
Kobold.
I gotcha.
I know. What else do you want me to call it? That's what I
Yeah,
said.
it does provide, since it does provide a full day's worth of nourishment. Yes, that could work if that's what you're going to do.
Yeah, that's the intent.
5 gold per berry.
At this point, I just wait around for the brothers to summon berries for themselves and see if I can't just snag one out of their hand. You don't need all of these berries. You're making 10 or 12 at a time. Going.
You want to try to sleight a hand against me?
Threaten me with a good time. Hold on. I do know that you have that rogue-like skill, so... Yep, dang it. I ain't paying you 5 gold, old boy.
Supply and demand.
I'll give you one for free if you drink a potion.
At this point, I just reach in and just grab some of my rations. If you brothers want to go about this way, that's fine. And I just get into my rations and not touch the food anymore. You can play at this game, Brothers Kobold. I'll remember this. 5 gold apiece.
Dingleberries just don't grow on trees, you know.
You're not wrong. You know what? He makes a point. I pull out an apple and just start gnawing on that. Better than your darn buckberries, ass kobold.
Ass kobold.
Ass kobold, yeah.
Come see me when your food runs out.
Oh, I'll be stocking up in the next town. Don't you worry. Gotta feed a half-orc apples every day. Shit, that's a lot of apples. So now we're just bickering about food supplies and apples. Damn it. Who'd have thought, right?
All right. So the next day, both Zig and Zazer, you kind of wake up with a feeling that you were supposed to have remembered something, but you're not quite sure what it was. You're not quite sure if whether it was a dream or not. It felt like a warning, but you're not entirely sure. As you're all starting to wake up, suddenly you hear a scream over by a cart. It's actually cart number 2 that you hear the scream by.
Will you guys excuse me 1 minute?
Oh, okay. There's a scream over by a cart number 2, and a lot of commotion.
Where's Cat?
Cat is actually next to you now.
Let's go see what the commotion is.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, as you there's a bunch of people just crowded around, and you got to push your way through a little bit. But as you kind of push your way through, you see that everyone is surrounded a dead individual. One of the individuals that was posing as a guard on cart number 2 lies dead on the ground with a large, not a large cut on his back, but definitely a piercing wound, bigger than a dagger, but definitely smaller than something like an axe, so probably a short sword or something like that, right to the back, and basically lying in a pool of his own blood.
Well, that'll ruin your day.
Yeah, and as everyone's kind of like, what happened? What's going on? A few of the other individuals that are there, they all instantly start pointing to Toe, and it's like, him. He's the one. That Dragonborn right there. He's been shady this whole time. I know it was him.
What?
You have a short sword.
I have a rapier. Lies. I'll show the rapier.
Sorry, I'm back. What I missed?
We know it was you. We know it was you.
How do you know? You know nothing. Toe was sleeping.
And
Toe can't even reach that high.
And they look. They kind of cock their head a little bit to the side because you're 6 foot tall essentially. That kind of made them raise an eyebrow, like, what is that even supposed to mean?
Why is the cat next to Zig? Cat.
Meow.
Why? Where's woman?
Over there.
Where?
And you kind of get a sense it's behind you's a ways, which she's sitting by the main campfire in the middle.
So why is the cat not following her? The cat's supposed to follow Zig's orders.
No, I was supposed to keep doing. I was supposed to keep doing that.
Yeah.
Oops. And it meanders off.
Hearing this conversation between Cat and Zig, I chime in over to Murray.
You don't hear it. It's all mental, so you don't hear any of that.
Oh, my bad. Okay, then never mind.
That's a whole mental conversation. So
you might hear some meows and Zig looking at the cat.
Moon Lady can vouch for Toe. I was with Moon Lady and Whack.
So a lot of the folks is like, yeah. Look, listen. They've helped us multiple times. They stopped the attack from those things in the sky. You know, they've done a lot for us. I don't think they'd be the type of people to do that.
We didn't even kill the guy with the horse beating. We saved him and the horse.
Oh, that's true. That's true. They did do that. They spent their own hard-earned money to save that asshole of a man. I mean, yeah.
And he was actually a jerk. Nobody else done anything to Toe. Toe not kill anyone.
So, as this is going on, like, more and more people seem to be on your side than the accuser's side, which is just pissing them off more and more. You can see the anger just welling up inside them. It's like, listen. How about we open up your crates and we see if anything is missing, and then you'll know whether or not you were stolen from. And as soon as that suggestion is brought up, they're like, no, look, okay, all right. No, we don't need to go in there. Our crates are secure. And as time kind of goes on, there's a lot of arguing and things like that. But in the end, they're like, there's no witnesses. Nothing could really be done. There's no proof. But that individual that was accusing you, tears welling up in his eyes from frustration, just is staring daggers at you. Every time you happen to cross paths with this individual, even by distance, daggers from his eyes straight into your heart. This one is absolute. This one hates you.
Why do you hate Toe?
They go about kind of setting up, and they give the individuals time, if they choose to bury their dead, which they do. They spend an extra hour of the day, and they dig out a grave and put the body in it and cover it up. When they return again, the one is just staring at you, Toe, just staring pure hatred in your eyes.
They're on cart 2, male, female?
Female. A very angry female versus the and there was a dead male on the ground.
Oh, that's what I missed. Oopsie.
Does Cat remember last night?
Meow.
Is that a yes?
Meow. Yes. Meows. Yes. Yes. Meows. Meows.
Cat didn't see anything.
Oh, Cat see a lot of things. Cat chase a mouse.
You're supposed to find a woman.
I got bored. She did wake up.
What freaking useless.
Meow.
So the warning that me and Taser got, does it feel like my familiar warning of danger?
It was more of a something happened, but you're not quite sure. It's more of a foreboding, like something kind of bad happened, but not really. So not like danger.
Did Murray happen to see anything since he'd been skulking around that particular section?
Did not see. Saw the individual get stabbed, but not actually. Saw some feet underneath the cart and heard a noise and saw the body fall and then ran away.
Taser.
Yes, Zig.
Zig not trust woman.
Oh no, I don't trust women either. with what Murray is just showing me, I don't trust women either.
There's someone coming in here.
Do I recognize those feet?
What kind of stream is this?
I look over at Toe. I look over at Toe's feet and compare the mental image that Murray had been giving me. Are they the same feet?
They were wearing boots.
Are they familiar set of boots?
I mean, you're familiar as boots are boots. They're things that go on feet.
Fair enough.
Does this new person carry a sword?
If she does, she's got it well hidden. But almost everybody carries a weapon of some sort. This is a dangerous area.
Zig's not smart enough to work this out, but pretty sure it was this woman. Damn it.
All right, so after everyone gets set up and the body buried, the rest of the day essentially is spent getting you into Waterdeep, where you arrive finally after 58 days on the road, and puts you pretty much right on the 11th of Kythorn. Almost exactly 2 months. And as time goes on, you all get paid basically for 6-10 days worth of work. So for Zig, for Zig and for Nutdrock, that's 60 gold.
100.
Yeah. And for Zazer, Axia, and Toe, you get paid, holy cow, 48 gold. For your services.
I had to get the calculator after that one. I struggle with those eighths, man. Getting paid. So, cultist dude got murdered just before we got into town, and we're getting paid. What's happening to all the carts worth of stuff?
So, pretty much, once you get into town, a lot of everybody, cart 1, cart 5, the majority of the carts kind of split off into various directions. Because essentially you stop, all the guards and everybody gets paid for their time, and then most of the carts kind of spread out in different directions. Eltari's cart is headed toward the furniture districts, the manufacturing districts. Owen starts to head towards the center of town where the primary trade locations are and things like that. The Furmeister, that asshole, kind of starts setting his way into town as well, taking them towards the various tanneries and things like that to bring his wares. So all of them pretty much start kind of spreading out. However, carts 2, 3, and 4 continue to move northward through the city. They don't start breaking off. They are basically staying on the main road right through the middle of the city.
As soon as I get paid, I want to start stalking them. Doing the best I can to stay out of sight. And hey, you guys want to come with me? I want to keep an eye on these goons before they get out of sight.
Zig will give Akri a big hug and keep eye on Thomas.
Him, not people. He's like, I will.
Me and my butt want to talk to the halfling lady again. See if she knows what happened with the dude that...
She kind of seems to have disappeared.
The cat should have been following
her. She snuck off, and the cat followed her as far as he could, but at some point he would get too far away from you.
Cat's useless.
Then we want to look for our friends,
But
where
cat.
she might be. Our other friends, if not this group.
Then
Yes.
Zays are in charge. They go follow Zays, but I need to pick up like 200 apples.
Okay. Yeah, it's easy. Like there's fruit stands and stuff everywhere in Waterdeep. It's midsummer, so there's definitely a lot of things available. There's a lot of people out and about. It's really easy to keep track of them, Zazer. They're kind of, you can stay back a ways and with the crowd keep yourself generally unseen, because there's just far too many people as you stay behind these carts and make their way kind of northward through the city. And because of all the people in the way, it's really slow going for the cart itself. It's not like they can just barrel through the middle of the city where everyone's kind of walking around and milling around and things like that. So with their slow pace and everything, you have no problem tracking them and not bringing any kind of attention to yourselves. So Toe and Tack, Tick and Tack, Toe, which is the first time that I actually used all three of the names in a row like that. Tic Tac Toe, 3 names in a row. So what were you doing again? Sorry.
Find our scent brothers. See if we can find anything out about the halfling that was here.
The thing about Waterdeep, one of the biggest issues with Waterdeep, especially when it comes to the Zents, is that they have had one heck of a time really getting any kind of foothold in the city. The closest one that they really had that you guys know of is Daggerford. And they've been trying to kind of worm their way into the inner circles that exist within Waterdeep, in order to kind of, get their influence where they need to get their influence. But with the fact that there are so many lords of Waterdeep and many of them are completely unknown to the populace, it's been extremely difficult for them to really get any kind of foothold. So there aren't a lot of agents in Waterdeep. Most of the ones that are found are exiled from the city. So it's definitely not an easy task for you guys to find somebody.
And was it in Waterdeep that could find someone that belonged to the Emerald Enclave?
Quite possibly.
Oh, wait, I already joined it.
But you already joined the... Yeah, you found a druid, yes. You found a druid, before you left.
Well, if we're not going to find anybody, I guess we'll stalk the carts that are moving still.
Okay. Yeah, so it doesn't take you long. You kind of go back to the main drag, and eventually you find yourselves where all the ones are you follow, and eventually you do find Zig and Zazer. Zig sticks out like a sore thumb, so you can see him in a crowd like fairly easy. And
I'm listening for the 100s.
Yeah, just saying 100 over and over and over again. And essentially, both Zig and Zazer, you have tracked this cart to a stablery, and just inside the northern gate. And as you've been watching, more and more carts had kind of shown up throughout the past couple of hours, and many of the individuals that you were tracking before are talking to them, and it seems like that they might already have known each other, essentially.
They're part of the same cult. Growing numbers. Okay, bad idea. Okay, in the city. Even worse idea. Shit. I'm gonna hang back over to. Have I spotted the brothers Kobold yet? Or
Yeah, by they show up, there's already been quite a few extra carts that have showed up there. Some of the individuals that you've already associated with being part of this cult that you've been, traveling with for the past 2 months have all have kind of met with them and been kind of talking with them and whatnot, and doing all of that. So yeah, by the time the brothers get there, a couple of more carts had already joined this particular group and has kind of been put into safekeeping, and yeah. And there's actually a few extra carts that were already there as well. So it looks like there's been quite a few. They've been kind of congregating here from various places.
I want to cast invisibility on myself.
Okay.
Sending Murray over to Zig's shoulder, just to cue him. Hey Zig, I'm gonna go check out those carts, see if I can determine what they're transporting. After casting invisibility on myself,
where's Deja go? Deja,
and
I'll be right back.
Looking over my shoulder, but not necessarily responding, so I don't give myself away. I just keep walking over towards the carts, being observant and trying to find a cart that has nobody around it. I want to see if I can't get in there and rifle around a little bit.
So
not like throwing stuff out or nothing.
There is absolutely, they are being watched.
They're being watched?
Every single cart. Every single cart has people in it, around it. They've been milling in and out.
Have we seen any kobolds around anywhere?
No, you have not.
Deja.
Knowing this will more than likely get worse with Zig, I make my way back towards the group. I don't drop invisibility, but when I get back to Zig, I put my hand on his shoulder. Zig, shh.
Huh?
Shh. And I'm like putting my hand on his shoulder, or as high up on his shoulder is, because he's a bit taller than me. Dude. When I go invisible, you don't have to call for me. I'm about to go do something stupid. You calling will make it even stupider.
Deja inside Zig?
I mean, if you want to be a big boy. I mean, what?
I drop concentration on my invisibility spell in that moment. No, I'm not.
That's cool.
I'm right behind you.
How you do that?
Hey,
like
Vic,
this.
watch this. You're invisible.
What do you mean?
Where'd you go?
Where'd you go?
I start looking around and he just disappeared. I look at the brothers. Well, what'd you do to him? I thought I was the only one with the invisibility spell, and I kind of strut up to them as if Zig is just not there at all.
Zig right here.
Where'd that come from?
I move my head a little bit, like, where's here? Refusing to acknowledge the fact that I can hear him right behind me.
So, while this Exia Nutdruck, what are you two doing while all this shenaniganery is going on?
I find a new pair of shoes because I've been doing a lot of walking and I wore out my boots.
And boots were made for walking. All right.
I'll go with her.
Okay. Do a little shopping.
I'm trying to find some new shoes. I need new shoes.
Yeah. So a woman of your stature,
yeah,
they don't usually make boots for. So there's not any readily made. However, some of the master cobblers are always ready for a challenge, and after doing a bit of measuring, they quickly sew you up a new pair of boots. Heavy leather, ready to take on whatever road lies ahead for you. And they only charge you 3 silver for it.
3 silver? Oh,
Yep.
that was cheap.
Yep.
More comfortable boots.
Yes.
Is Zig actually invisible? Did you cast the
No.
spell?
No, I think we're actually just fucking with him at this point.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, because no one said I'm casting
don't know
invisibility. Yeah, but Zig don't know that.
So actually, I have a question about this. When they say the spell is a spoken spell, can we have any triggers for those spells? Like, for the example, if invisibility is invisibility, I can just invisible is the spoken portion of that spell, or how does that work?
It's whatever. It's not quantified because it doesn't necessarily matter what you say to do the spell. You just have to be able to say something.
Oh, I gotcha. For all intensive purposes, Zik has, every time I've cast a spell, if it's a suggestion, hey dude, I have a suggestion for you. If it's invisibility, it's invisibility. I try to keep things very plain and simple.
Yep.
Just for my own spell casting kinds of things. So
Gotcha. Yep.
if he hears invisible for me, I might have cast a spell. Who knows? At least that's the way that I'm thinking about it.
Zig will take his symbol of Soon out, and because it's a hand mirror, and check for himself.
Yeah, you definitely see yourself.
Zig here. Look.
Where?
He'll show them the mirror.
I see a beautiful tiefling,
That's
and I
true.
start stroking my horns a little bit. Beautiful, you're right.
Look, and he'll look in the mirror himself. It's Zig.
I see the back of a mirror.
Zig not here.
No, Dave's not here.
Dave's not here, man.
Hey.
Well, since you have an invisibility spell on you, I point over to the cards. Maybe you can go find out what's going on with those cards. See what's in them.
Zig over there.
Gotta be sneaky. You're invisible.
Yeah, I'm pointing over towards the cards I just got back from, where I was in fact invisible and was trying to do something.
All right, Zig will go and look for himself over there.
In that moment, I recast invisibility on myself. Use my last slot,
Okay.
and now I'm gonna stalk behind Zig, just see if I can't take advantage of the chaos that hopefully arises from this.
Gotcha. So Zig, as you start getting close to the carts, a few of the individuals like, hey, what are you doing?
Hello?
Yep. You need to go away from here.
Zig here?
Yes, go somewhere else.
But Zig here.
I don't know. No, Zig doesn't live here or work here or isn't part of this. I think you're mistaken. Maybe try across the street or down the street. This isn't what you're looking for.
Zig not here?
No, there's no Zig here.
Where's Zig?
I don't know. Try another place.
Alright, he's gonna go looking for himself.
Okay. After high school, took a year off, decided to wander the country, you know.
Or if he's seen his picture on the milk carton because he's lost.
Yeah.
He's just gonna walk around town asking where Zig is.
Okay. Nobody seems to know who Zig is. Is anyone going with him, or is he just going to wander around town?
As soon as I figured out that he is truly just wandering off and has gotten bored with like, I'm following him, but I'm invisible because I'm just curious to see what happens at this point.
Me and
Gotcha.
my crotch are just laughing our butts off.
Your combined butts.
That's right.
Pretty much.
That's funny. All right. So yeah, they
Zig find Zig?
nobody knows who Zig is that you've asked.
Oh, this is an existential crisis.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But you do happen to run into Nutdrock and Axia as you're kind of wandering around. Nutdrock and Axia, you're as you're kind of coming back from your boot adventure. You notice Zig is kind of in the middle of the city, asking, like, looks like he's asking people things, and everyone's kind of shaking their head no or completely ignoring him, and he looks very perplexed.
I'm gonna go over and ask him what's wrong. Hey, Zig, what's wrong?
As Axie approaches, I power walk up to her and like grab her by the shoulders. Stop, and like try to whisper, Axie, just it's cool. And mind you, I'm still invisible, trying to get you to stop before you reach him. Just watch, bro. Watch.
I'm a fly that's like buzzing around like toys. And I'm gonna go, Zig, what's wrong, dude? You look confused.
I can't find Zig.
You're Zig.
Where?
Right there. You're right in front of me, dude.
For the first time, he'll look down at himself. Is he there?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you're there.
Yeah, you're there.
And there's some pesky fly. Where is that fly? Get away.
Are you trying to grab him or trying to smack him?
I'm trying to like swat it away, whatever, in that buzzy noise.
Cool.
I appear between Axia and Zig, assuming that there's enough space for me to kind of be standing between them.
Gotcha.
I'm here, ruining my fun, paladin, barbarian.
Paladin. Don't be calling me a paladin.
That was last game.
That's the ultimate insult.
Oh god.
I just shake my head at Axia, ruining my fun, and I wander off to the last known spot of roughly where I left the Cobalt Brothers. I'm gonna go find the Brothers Cobalt, see if they've seen anything since we've been wandering around. And I just turn heel and start meandering from whence I came.
We'll follow, or I'll follow.
Come on, Zig, let's go. We gotta try to find that cart again because we need to keep track of these carts. You're fine, Zig.
Zig will walk, but holding his mirror at all times to make sure he's still there.
Axia's in charge now.
Actually in charge?
Yes.
Yes, Zig. Axia's in charge now. I just keep walking, almost relieved that
Caesar's like, thank God it's not my problem anymore.
take all of them.
Okay, is that what it is? I keep forgetting.
In tonight's prayers, I will thank soon specifically. Thank you for getting it. I'm done. I'm sorry. That's horrible.
All right. So as you get back, you notice that these folks are after a while of watching them. The next day comes around, which let me go ahead and give you all a long rest. You're able to easily do that. The next day, it seems that this group of individuals that you've been watching have been kind of meandering into this supply warehouse, which, according to the sign outside, belongs to the High Road Charter Company. And they've been kind of going in and coming out all day. Not just them, but a few other individuals been going in there as well, and coming out as well.
Have they been transporting anything in and out?
No,
Or
they're just walking in. So essentially, the whole day is they've been either guarding their carts inside the inn that they're staying at, or individuals, and it's never been the same person twice. So they're walking in and then walking out, and that same person never goes back in.
Oh, they're getting paid.
Is there like windows, other doors to this place?
Oh yeah, there's all
in?
sorts of windows.
They have high, ground level.
Ground level.
The 2-story.
Yeah, no, they're ground level. You can easily see in the place.
And you said that this was a like a trading post of some kind?
A charter company. According to the sign outside, it's the High Road Charter Company.
I want to wander in and see if they have any kind of work for a adventure party. Yeah. See if they have any kind of work and what's coming up for a group of 5 guards.
Okay, so as you walk up into the place, you moving up, and as you kind of get to the area, there's somebody sitting at a desk, and he's got a quill and a parchment and kind of dipping ink and writing, and not even looking up at you. And this is like just basically an old dwarf, has a single monocle, dressed well, but not like fancy well, right? Not super well,
Right.
but dressed nicely.
Working professional status.
And writing with a quill, and without even looking up, guard or labor.
God, do you have any work for 5 guardsmen?
5.
Yeah, I have a traveling party that is looking to get out of the city, and we would prefer to travel together if possible. Maybe you have something for 5 guardsmen?
Yes, I do. You're gonna save me a whole lot of time. Give me their names. And you know, as you give out the names, he writes them all down. He's like, excellent. We leave first thing in the morning. It takes about 10 days for us to get there. So be there. We have a lot of laborers with us that we must keep safe as we make our way through the mirror. And your job will be to keep the laborers safe and everyone else that is along with us as well.
I appreciate you, dwarf. Thank you. And I'll meander back outside to inform the party of the thing that I had just done.
Yes. And the individual that you will be meeting tomorrow will be just outside this building here. And it will be, well, you'll know by his rough voice, and he'll be yelling at everyone.
Fabulous. I will look for such a description first thing in the morning. I thank the dwarf. I bow to him a little bit graciously and find my way out to my party.
Gotcha. So as you kind of go out, you can talk to them and everything. And it looks like it was real easy to get hired on to do this.
I'm kind of surprised by it, but all right, everybody. I got us all guard gigs at the same place that all these cultists are wandering onto. I hope we're all on the same gig, but if not, we can just wander away from it, I'm sure. But there seems to be all sorts of hubbub in another direction, so I figure we would follow this direction. I should have asked more questions now that I think about it, but
Mention how much we're getting paid? Did they mention how much we're getting paid for this?
I should have asked more questions than I did. But we got work. We got
Are we
work.
going to the carts? Are we going with somebody else? Did you just hire some noobs going?
It's probably just a trap.
Yeah, knowing me, we're walking into a trap, but heck, maybe one of you should wander in there and get more detail. I kind of just derped in, as it were.
He's as bad as the cat.
Hey man, I've been taking notes from Gato actually. Me and Murray have been having these long conversations. So yeah, just as bad as the cat shit. I thought we all figured it out. We don't let Zazer go places by himself.
Well, you just kind of just do things.
Yeah. Oh heck! First thing in the morning, we'll ask
Meandering
more questions.
off, meandering off, meandering.
Also,
Okay.
while we're in Waterdeep, I'm gonna buy 8 arrows.
Okay.
So I can.
Yeah, so you definitely have
Oh,
time
my
to purchase whatever you need to purchase while here in Waterdeep. It's a very big city, vendors all over the place, so it's real easy to get any kind of normal gear or anything like that as well. And with that, I think this is a good place to stop. So we will end it here. You will get a good night's rest and be ready to go first thing in the morning to get on this next portion of the adventure. And with that, making everybody getting from Baldur's Gate to Waterdeep, plus all the other stuff in between, everybody is now level 5. So you guys will go ahead and do that off stream to hit level 5, and we'll continue on next Friday. Next Friday, 7:30. We will go and we will see what lies before us through this next portion. You all have been great. Thank you very much for your time and attention. It makes you wonderful human beings. I do appreciate your time and attention. It's something you can't give back, no matter how much you want to. So thank you very much. I will be back for sure on Sunday for more Yakuza Kiwami. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, be good to yourselves, be good to each other. Remember, you only have one life to live. So does everyone else around you. Try to make their lives a little bit better than what it was when we got there. Or at a minimum, just don't make it worse. I will see y'all later. Have a great rest of your evening. Have a great weekend. If I don't see you, enjoy things, enjoy life, and have a good night.
The eye rests. It has shown you all it can for now. This is not a time for sorrow, but a time for joy. When one chapter ends, another must always begin. Ponder upon the lessons you have just witnessed, and heed its wisdom. Apply it to your lives. Go forth, be well, and do good towards the others that enter your story. Let your chapter and their book